Yeah.
Okay. Got my niggas in here.
Already, yeah.
My niggas deep.
Look.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like more niggas is fake, that's why I ride solo. Same niggas dogging bitches on the low, homo. I be on it all day and I ain't staying no hoe. Money coming always, showing I'ma get more. Tripping off a couple dollars, tricking off a midnight. Know that I'ma get it back.
What it is? It's your boy Burley. We out here working. So we're gonna talk about 4 blocks, 4 counters. Real simple, keep it easy so you can always come back, reference this video. If you're trying to figure out what punch to throw with your lead sculler bones, we're gonna take you through all of that. So now, you all know Light Burley finds different purposes for different things. So right now we're gonna use the handball to train you to have a better jab. So a lot of times when you jab, most people jab is tense. It's a tense jab, and you know they're overdoing it. So what I'm gonna teach you how to do is to slow it down. Make your jab snap. So right now you see I got some of the bands on. We all know bands are good for resistance. So the bands on my feet, now this came from Charlie Goldwyn. Charlie Goldwyn was a master at this when they brought him in The Rock. You know what I'm saying, Rocky Marciano, and they asked him to hit the bag. Rock spread his feet all the way out. And Charlie Goldwyn looked down and said, nah, you can't fight like that. So he got a rope, tied his feet together. Thus, fast feet were born. So, if you want the base that has power and mobility, you get you fast feet. If you want the base that sticks you in mud, then you fight with a long base, and you'll see why you need fast feet. The resistance band around the hands, you bring it around here, and what happens is you can no longer drop your hands. So you may want the Philly shell, but it's gonna hurt your neck. So what you wanna do is learn, before you get into the Philly shell and all this other pretty stuff, you wanna learn what it is to fight with your hands up. So you can't rip your hand away to punches. Like the uppercut is usually done with a rip away and then they punch. See, because of this, you get a clean uppercut right here, right in his face. Both hands. Your hook comes up. So, resistance bands around the neck, keep your hands up. Keep the punches short, keep your base short. You have mobility and power. And it shortens your punches and making your punches more dangerous. Using the tennis ball to train. Now I'm fighting as a southpaw if you didn't notice. I fight on both sides, but for right now, for the sake of this video, I am Pernell Whitaker. So, we're gonna train you to use the tennis ball for your straight. Now what you've seen with the jab was, when I caught the ball, nothing, it was all arm. That is your jab. Your jab should have no body behind it, it's all arm. It's an uncommitted punch. Now, for your left, which is your power, you must torque the foot. So, throwing your power hand is a full torque of your body. So as you were seeing before, power came from the ground out through the fist. So that's how you want to use the tennis ball. You just don't want to just try to catch it. You want to torque your body to catch it. Again, torque, torque, torque.
Niggas is fake, that's why I ride solo. Same niggas dogging bitches on the low, homo. I be on it all day and I ain't staying no hoe. Money coming always, showing I'm
so, you all seen that pretty work. Jab, straight, dangerous punches. The jab is a dangerous punch. The straight is a dangerous punch. And if you don't know how to handle them, you can end up in a sticky situation. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how it goes down when you have a jab or straight in your face and you don't know what to do. So what happens is you start retreating and you give your opponent momentum. 52 Block stops this momentum, stops him dead in his tracks, makes him have to rethink what he was already thinking, which was to kick your ass. But now that you have your 52 Blocks, you wedge it into his momentum, and we get a different story. So now let's take a look at that when he's facing a 52 Block man. Right now we're going to get down to the how to, the why, the when, because you know there's a lot of people that I get emails like, when do you know when to block, how to block, what the timing is. So it's always positioning. You present yourself in a certain position and you make him feed you the shots that you want. We're looking at the jab right now. So the first one, usually what you want to do if he's orthodox, you always want to block hand to hand. What does that mean? This hand blocks this hand. This hand is blocked by this hand. So your rear skull and bones will always be your rear hand. And if you're an orthodox fighter like him, your rear hand is going to stop his jab. So when I'm dealing with another orthodox fighter, I'm going to step off to the side, line my lead shoulder up with his, so when he jabs, you see what happens? Look, I have clear leverage point. If I bang him hard enough, he goes that way. So once again, this is a lineup. He jabs. You see his energy goes that direction. So now, because I'm there, stepped off to the side, when he shoots his right hand, what's going to happen is I'm going to make him cross his own center line. By lining myself up, he shoots his jab, he shoots his right hand. Look, see that? So I make him cross his own center line, something that Wing Chun men talk a lot about, the center line. I make him cross his own center line with his punches, because what you don't want to think is going to happen in a lot of these drills that you have, and throw a punch, and that he's going to stop. See, 52 Blocks doesn't worry about all that, because we catch you in motion. We don't need to try to trap you or anything like that. Even if he jabs and pulls his hand back as fast as he wants, he still gets the block. I don't reach for him. You see, the block doesn't reach for him. I don't have to reach for him with my block. Why? Because he's coming for me. He's already coming for here. So all I have to do is present the obstacle, not do this. Go. And try to catch his punch. By lining yourself up with his shoulder when he throws his jab, you catch it with the rear. When he throws his power, you catch it with your lead. And this is what you want. It's the, as we call in Tai Chi, the float. Because the float is where I run through him like a train. That's where I hit him hard. Once he loses balance, that's when you hit him like a Mack train. Yeah, we here. The Burley Army, another member of the Burley Army right here. My right-hand man, Mr. Preem, coming up. Not all the way a 52 blocker, but we got about 5 in, right? We got like 5 in?
Yeah, 5.
We got 5 in, you know, 47 more to go. But a part of the Burley Army, 52 Block Nation. So, any questions, you know, I'm gonna let Mr. Preem throw them. He's gonna be the voice of the people. Hopefully he hears your thoughts. So, what you got for him?
A lot of guys get skull and crossbone misconstrued on how to use it. If it's thrown, if a person leads with their right hand and you wind up throwing the lead skull and bone, what happens?
What happens if
your rear skull and bone.
if you, okay, so you get in the rear skull and bones position, and I'm gonna throw the right. So the problem with the real problem with this here, right here, is that you're squared up to your opponent. And if anybody knows Burley, I'll always like to be off to an angle. See, now if he was right here, I would really like this shot. So meaning, in a perfect world, you're gonna go hand for hand. But in the fight, it's not gonna be perfect. So what you need to do is, when you are cross blocking, you need to learn how to step too. So instead of being right here where he just blocks it right in front of me and eats my force, what he's gonna do, hands up, is he's going to step left while he throws up that rear skull and bones, and let's see what happens. Okay? Now he gets out of the way, clear out of my shot. If he takes hands in position, do it again. If he catches the shot, no, you gotta okay. So step to the side, go. See if he catches the shot. Look at that. See the stability he just had, the leverage he has over. Stand here and catch my shot. Go ahead. Over that. So that's the reason when cross blocking, you want to always shoot to a shoulder line. So either shoulder line works. Even if he lines this shoulder up with here to catch this, he makes it a stronger position and makes me float. So when cross blocking, you must step.
Another thing with skull and bones, how do you protect it when a person goes head body?
Head body. Well, there is a move that covers skull and bones body line, because when you look at skull and bones on your lead, you see this. And a lot of people say, I'll just hit you in the body. Well, that's optional. Because you can't protect every point of your body. That's just how it works. But the part of the skull and bones that they miss, and I think this is the myth of a lot of people, is that as he's throwing, you know, giving me a body shot, as he's throwing, as he fakes me, this is my skull and bone. So what do I mean by that? There is no stagnant skull and bones. So I'm going to do my same rear skull and bones, and he's going to go for my body. So there is no stagnant skull and bones. I'm not going to stand there and hold my skull and bones. Skull and bones is a second. It happens fast. So it really doesn't give him as much time to shoot for the body without putting me on notice as he thinks. Because even if I feel it's a high shot and I go high, I can still, the scooping hand is still there, which he just felt. In slow motion, I didn't know what he was going to do.
I'm mud-footed, I'm heavy-handed, I got cannonballs, I'm holding cannons, feather ruffler, forever hustler. You made a little noise, but I'm your muffler. Fuck the rest of Lean, I'm smelling estrogen. Look how it's stitch laid, that nigga bitch made. You bring the switchblades against the 12 gauge. We laugh loud, nigga.
Right, so, also, when you're looking at your defense, you also want to know that your defense can become your offense. Just like the Spartan warriors who hid behind shields and then bash people's heads open with the shields. The shield can become the weapon. So how do you turn your shield into a weapon? One, 52 is based off a lot of feints and sound disruption. You can't hear a lot of it, but in the midst of the fight, the other person does hear it. So one way is with your skull and bones. And this is just to grab his attention. So if we're moving around, and the sound, see, the sound is the shock wave, and that's all I need for him to follow. So using your skull and bones as a shock wave, the open hand now becomes totally disrupting his balance on what's coming. Using your skull and bones with the sound wave destroys balance, and then you jump in behind that. So once I destroy his balance with the sound and I close the gap using my rear skull and bones, I can now slap him with the elbow. Now a lot of times we want to believe that, you know, we can fly in with the elbow, but that's not what's going to happen. No mortal man is going to let you do that, even if he is dumb. But once you close the gap and you slip in, or I slip in this way, lead skull and bones, using my feet, of course, to close this gap. So see, right now I'm out here, I gotta work my way in. I step in, I flip, I'm right there. I get here, I'm right there. So this, your block becomes your battering ram, and it's very effective in small gaps, when a lot of the times most people don't know how to punch, so they won't know how to punch in a small gap. But small gap punching is professional punching. And you know, all of this. So when you in this gap, the guy who knows how to punch in here is usually a guy who knows how to punch. You probably won't be facing that. So once you get to this small gap, his strikes will be useless while you have skull and bones. While he's swinging big, you're going on the inside with your skull and bones and catching them and clipping them. He swings big here, rear skull and bones. bang. He almost brings the shot into his face because he's still swinging wide, and his punches are going to push more than hurt because he doesn't know how to shorten them. So when he goes this, he's going to be making the Skull and Bones hurt himself. Death by impaling. So using your Skull and Bones in the grappling situation is learning how to grapple without your hands. So what happens is when he grabs me and we get into it, this is why most fights go to the ground. He grabs me, I grab him, we lose our balance, we fall like two trees. Now, with the Skull and Bones approach, you're able to grapple with him. Look, my hands hasn't touched him yet, and able to bring him down to a nice situation. Easy money. This is easy money. And as you're doing it, look, I'm effortlessly holding him. He's holding me. So that's what you want to do with grabs. You want him to use you as your post, because that means he has what? No balance. And at the same time, you can bring him back up. So once again, in slow motion. Oh, good for the neck. So I'm using the lead Skull and Bones now because of his position and where this foot is at. See, I could do it a rear, but he would still have momentum to push me over my back leg. And this is what you have to understand is with your leverage. You just don't do these shapes because you feel like doing them. You do them to fit what's going on with your leverage. And since he's already got me in my back leg and my lead leg is light, this would be the easier one to pull off. Nice and easy. Look, this is nice and easy. Look, take him on down, and then you bring him back up. Nice and easy. So your grappling, your Skull and Bones becomes like snakes. See, this is my lead Skull and Bones. I haven't touched him yet. Look, and he's already breaking down. I can easily just push through the head and take him down. Simple stuff. When it comes to your grappling, you don't want to have to fight him. You want to have to understand where his leverage is at. So now if he switch legs, make this your lead leg. Is this my lead leg? No, switch basic. So now in this position here, his hands on me, he's pushed me to my front leg, so my back leg has more strength. Oh shit. And this is just the beginning of the tie. And then, because of this and how I have him, I can bring him right back up. And look, where you going? It's not over yet. What happened? And then we, fatality.
Yeah. Okay. Got my niggas in here.
Already, yeah.
My niggas deep.
Look.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like more niggas is fake, that's why I ride solo. Same niggas dogging bitches on the low, homo. I be on it all day and I ain't staying no hoe. Money coming always, showing I'ma get more. Tripping off a couple dollars, tricking off a midnight. Know that I'ma get it back and count it out tonight. Know that I be wrong, but I give it to him, you're right. Break it to him easy, get him gone, that's a good night.
See, this is what it looks like.